Alright, so hello. Today we're going to be doing a Pikmin 3 and 4 boss tier list because I haven't fully played through Pikmin 2 and haven't played Pikmin 1 sadly, so we are only going to do them, but obviously Pikmin 4 brings back bosses from Pikmin 1 and 2 pretty much. And so we're going to start with the Armoured Mordad. So this is obviously the first boss in Pikmin 3. It is one of my favourite bosses just because of how you have to use rock Pikmin to actually beat it. So for me, it's going to go into A tier. Now we have the Behemoth Fosbat. I don't know if I said that wrong, but oh well. This is obviously the second boss in Pikmin 3, and I quite like it. It was going to go in B. Now, Shaggy Longlegs. It is a mini boss, obviously, but it is also quite a fun boss to fight, with being part of all of the other bosses, which are named Longlegs. And so for me, it's going to have to go in C because obviously it's a mini boss, but it would be higher if it was a full boss. Sand Belching Meerslug. It's a very fun fight. I just like Pikmin 3 and all of the bosses. So for me, B for the Sand Belching Meerslug. Now, Burrowing Snagret is present in all 4 games of the Pikmin series, but it is a mini boss in Pikmin 3, but it's going to go in B for me. Now, the Scornet Maestro. Let's just not say anything about it. Right, Bug-Eyed Crawmad. Quite a fun boss, only encountered in the second time going to the Garden of Hope after capturing Louis, and it's quite hard to fight, but it also is quite rewarding. Now, the Quaggled Myoclops is just S for me. It is my favourite boss in all of Pikmin 3, but it's just really cool fight and everything. Plasm Wraith, final boss of Pikmin 3. So I'm not going to put it lower than a B because obviously it's a final boss. It's a really fun fight how it uses elementals that you have to use specific Pikmin to fight. So for me, it's going to be our second entry into A tier. Now on to the Pikmin 4 bosses. We're going to start with the Arctic Cannon Beetle. It's not really a fully fledged boss, as you speak, but it's still a fun one to fight, but it's going to go in D for me. Armoured Cannon Beetle, however, is again a really fun boss, and for me, it's going to be higher than the Arctic Cannon Beetle, so it's going to go into C. Now, Beady Longlegs, I think that's the Longlegs. It's only found in a couple of areas, and I'm going to put it with its shaggy Longlegs in C. Bug-Eyed Crawmad in Pikmin 4. Again, a really fun boss. I'm going to put it in A though. And now I genuinely can't remember the name of this one, but it's something Rum Pump, and it's quite fun. But I don't really remember it because it's just kind of an insignificant boss that's just found in a cave, I believe. So I'm going to put it in D with the Arctic Cannon Beetle. However, Sovereign Bulblax, obviously final boss of Pikmin 1 as well. And I'm going to put it in A because you can find it in caves and in the overworld. Empress Bulblax. It's like Snowflake Flutterfail or something. Again, it's just another boss that I don't mind and I can't remember about, so it's going to go in D. Now, however, Fulex is in Trial of the Sage Leaf and a cave, and I think it's quite a fun boss, how you have to use Pikmin to grab it to actually expose the body, which you have to attack. So for me, it's going to go into A. The Giant Bread Bug. It's just one of my favourite bosses. I like the mechanics, how it can take stuff that you're carrying as well, and how it charges you after you damage it, and can obviously deal damage, and is quite a good boss. Gildamander, it's quite a fun boss, but it is annoying how it can obviously pick back up the gold which you knock off of it, and so that you can expose its weak spots. But for me, it's going to go into B. Groovy Longlegs. Great soundtrack, great boss fight, great mechanics, great everything. S tier. Ancient Sirehound, final boss. I'm going to put it into A because of how many phases it has. Is a bit annoying, but it's not too many that it's really annoying. So it's going to go into A. Man at Legs. I hate this boss. It's just it's an annoying boss to fight, but I like the design and its mechanics. So for me, it's going to go into C. I think this is the Titan Wollywog, I believe, or something like that. And again, it is a cool boss, but it's going to have to go in B for me because I do like it. But Poor Quillian, it is obviously the first boss that you ever encounter in the game, and you can fight it in Olimar's shipwrecked tail and caves and all sorts. And for me, it's just an S tier. Smoky Prog. This boss, obviously, night expeditions in some caves, in the final cave, obviously, and it's quite a fun boss to fight, unless it just goes for all of your Pikmin. So I'm going to put it in A. Puffstall. Now, obviously, in Pikmin 1, it was good because obviously it spawned Puffmen, but Puffmen have been removed in Pikmin 4, so the Puffstall is pretty much useless now and has no good things that it can do to your Pikmin. So I'm going to have to put it in F. Now, Burrowing Snagger in Pikmin 4, again, a really good boss. I'm going to have to put it in A because of how it's just a fun boss, really. Mammoth Snoot Whacker. I genuinely love this boss. It's going to have to go in S because it's just my favourite of all the boss. Well, it's not my favourite of all the bosses in Pikmin 4. It's just one of my favourite bosses because of how fun it is to fight. Now, Sovereign Bulblax. The other one was Emperor Bulblax. So Sovereign, I'm going to put into A, obviously, but I'm going to move the Emperor Bulblax into B tier. Now, Toxstall. Again, it's a bit like the Puffstall, but it's better because it can actually poison your Pikmin and goes to repair any sticky molds that are on the floor that you've destroyed. So it's a fun boss to fight in C tier. Now, the final boss which we're going to be ranking in the video is the Water Wraith. Again, it's a very annoying boss, especially in the last cave when there's two of them. It's quite annoying to have to deal with, but nevertheless, it is quite a fun boss, and obviously where you need purples. So for me, S. And so, again, thanks to Pizzazz for making the intro, and so go sub to him. A link will be in the description, like always. And goodbye. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.